Fantastic. We are live right now, I think, in a second. Yes, we are
Yes. Well,
live.
good morning.
Good morning, Tony. How are you this morning?
I am well, and good morning to anyone viewing, and welcome to Coffee with the Coach.
Fantastic.
We have Coach Milu joining us again this morning. I'm Tony DiGuida, your host, and we are talking about dreaming. So, not dreaming in the sense of what you do every night, but achieving your dreams and setting forth to create the dreams that direct your life. So, as I understand, Coach, you had a dream come true recently.
Yes, that was our first annual convention, which happened in St. Louis, Missouri. And we have coaches and also our employees and others joined us, guests joined us, and we had a fantastic time. For this time, it was longer because we had it for 4 days. But next year, we're going to be do it for 3 full days of fun and connecting with each other.
Very good. So, let's talk about the concept of dreams and creating a dream, because we all have desire and want, but how do we separate that from a dream? Is that
Fantastic,
the is
fantastic
that the
question.
basis of a dream?
Yes, fantastic question you were asking, Tony, because how do we separate that from a dream, right? And dream in multiple sense. So let's, for example, talk about dream and its actual definition, which is we know, and we can Wikipedia it, and it's saying a dream is a succession of images, ideas, emotions, and sensation that usually occur involuntarily in the mind during certain stages of sleep. So just think about it. This is involuntary happens, right? So when you ask me the question, what separates the dream from the normal term that we use as a dream? Somebody will say, I have a dream to become so and so. This is their planning of life. This is not the dream embedded in them. The two different things, right? One is what we say, what we consciously feel, and the other one, what is we have unconsciously, involuntarily happening in our mind. So the conscious thing is the one that we can see, feel, and enjoy. Like, for example, if you say that I have a dream to go to Pensacola, Florida next year for Vino and Vision Convention, that's a dream. That's a dream that is you are in a conscious level feeling it, and you're going to make plans to go for it. But
That's a goal. That's
that's a
more of a
goal.
goal.
Exactly. So when we can conscious level feel it and can imagine it, that's not a dream. Dream that happens involuntarily in your mind, you don't even know what it is. So you will not be able to even tell people what it is. Our goal as a coach is to go to the unconscious, take you to the unconscious and drive it out of your unconscious to the subconscious level where we can make sense of it. And from making sense of it, we move it from subconscious to conscious. Means now not only making sense of it, but also we can actually feel it, see it, believe it, and achieve it. But moving it from the unconscious to the subconscious and then making sense of it, and then moving it to the conscious level when you can achieve it, is a stages that you have to go through coaching. And coaching is the only tool that I know can make that happen for you.
So a dream is something that we might actually conjure up in a sleep state, in a meditative state, in a state of non-thinking, non-awake thinking. and comes to us, and then in our awakened state, we can make sense of it and do something with it.
Exactly. And just think about this, Tony. In the dream stage, you see a lot of things that you cannot make sense of it. You just see images. You just feel things that you can explain some of them because you may have wake up right after the dream, but you cannot make sense of many of these. You see monsters that you never seen before in your life. You see things that you never seen in your life. But your your unconscious is telling you things. And it is embedded, it's a vast area of your mind that is no science that I know can dive that deeper until somebody asks you the question why. Just imagine that, until somebody asks you the question why. And we are coaches who know how to unlock that unconscious. And how do we do that? That's the key question, right? So if I ask Tony a question that Tony don't know the answer of it, right? Then I ask a deeper level question, Tony still don't know the answer of it. And then
We've been there before.
Right? And we take Tony to a journey that leads into a dark tunnel where Tony don't know nothing. And Tony will be saying, I don't know. I cannot tell you because I cannot see it. And then we use our coaching techniques to open your mind and start firing those neurons in your brain. And once and that technique is called questioning. The right question will start opening the right channel, and it will open you to start seeing things. Then suddenly you say, aha, means now you can see something and you are making sense of it. So when you say, aha, you have touched your unconscious and your subconscious is making sense of that. Means because now you can see it. Now, our role is not only seeing, but also moving it to your conscious level. So that's mean now you can feel it and you can actually do it.
So I know this is a totally different direction, but does his hypnosis also get to the same point?
So psychology is a topic that we widely use in coaching, but also we use philosophy. Philosophy is a vast area of social science that deals with unknown, deals with what if, deals with possibilities that are not normally found. So philosophy is the part of the human behavior or mindset that we change, right? And you have seen the most philosophers on their days are considered crazy people. You know, you saw it in Socrates, Aristotle, and all those people, right? But psychology, on the other hand, is a study of mind. And you need both to combine to open the mind. So psychology alone, so hypnosis alone cannot do that. In my view,
Hypnosis uses psychology only.
yes, it's a psychological study, which is studied of human mind. But that cannot alone do that. Philosophy have to be injected. So in coaching, we use both. We use psychology and philosophy in my belief, and I believe that very strongly, and my research suggests the same thing, that when you connect both psychology and philosophy, you open mind that is completely different than we can normally see it with one study. So there is implication of other studies as well. And you are familiar with my saying before that other sciences come into play as well. Physics and biology, of course, play a role in our mind and also the way we act and behave. Just think about human movement, right? Body movement is a posture that we all know, that how people behave and move their body has an implication of their mindset, right? So that's a part of the biology that we have to study, why we act certain way, why we sit certain way, why we point our finger to something, right? Why, when we get angry, why our body behaves differently.
Because we're Italian.
We are Italian, there you go. And that's the thing, is biologic. And as you know, multiple of these, you know, like serotonin, melatonin, and you have others like hormones that produced by biology that creates different things in human body, happiness, oxytocin, right? You know, a lot of different chemicals that are produced by our brain. So the biology is definitely involved in understanding human reaction to everything that happened. And as you know, coaching is embedded in human reaction, right?
Well, we're going down the dark tunnel here of the sciences, which many people may we may lose some thinking process here there. But what I know is, having participated in coaching, in the process of unlocking some of the doors that we shut in our awakened state and from our experiences, is it can become very emotional. um, when you twist the key and ask the question, and suddenly a flood comes over you. Why is this?
That's the reaction of your human mind and brain. Just think about that. That's why I mentioned about biology, right? Certain state, you are like in when you are sleeping, our brain produces hormone that puts us to sleep in a totally I would say disabled mode. Means you can go to sleep, you can raise a hand and fall because you are sleeping, and body puts you to sleep. So it concentrates on certain part of body. So it has a healing power because body is now a sleep state, and rest means physical activity is reduced to a level now that body can function, right, in a different way. So those type of chemicals that are released in our body is maintains us, and your reaction is also the same way. So when you are coaching, when you are involved in coaching and you have experienced something that is emotional outburst kind of moment where you feel it in your body, physically feel it, right? And then you start maybe, your face appearance change, you maybe even start crying. There's a release of a chemical, right? So what it tells us as a coach is that we do not use surgical instruments. So we are not doctors, we are not therapists, we are coaches. We use techniques to open mind, and that's the only thing we can do as a coach, is open mind to a level where you can feel it in yourself, and the change will come from within you. And the dream is the exercise or coaching that we do to unlock the potential of your mind. And when you can see it, feel it, and believe it, you know exactly what you need to do. And then you set your course, set your goals and all those to achieve that dream.
So I understand. I know that you do activities in your coaching to help unlock the inner mind and the thoughts that may be hiding behind those closed doors. And you are doing a dream activity coming up next week. Is that correct?
Yes, and this month we will be doing a dream exercise in our Vino and Vision art and coaching class, where we use the art to open your mind, because color has a different twist. And when,
How
and
so?
well, and creativity, if you give a blank canvas, it's white or black or whatever color is the blank canvas. When it is in front of you and you are drawing, you're painting, you have a inner mind that's telling you what to draw there. So just imagine Monet, right? Or Leonardo da Vinci and all those famous people that doing art. What is the state they are when they're doing art? And they have a blank canvas. They can create anything. And art is an imagination and the reflection of your mind. Why? Because in a blank canvas, you can create anything. There is no limit, right? And our mind always thinking, and that's the biggest problem human has, is always thinking mind. And that
Right.
mind direct you multiple direction, and you have to bring it to a canvas.
And
Focus.
that's why many people have that initial challenge with the white canvas as to where to start
And
because
surprisingly,
they're thinking too much.
right. Well, surprisingly, we all learn painting at our early age when we are in kindergarten or whatnot, right? Through activities. But when we grow up, you have seen that many men do not like to do art.
Why?
This is because we like to work with tools. So give me a tree and I will do a sculpture. But to painting is taking you out of your comfort zone again, even though you were there before. But painting is something that's for everybody. Men, women, don't matter. You go to a blank canvas, and if you don't want to do painting with anybody, just do it at home. Sit in front of a blank canvas, look at the canvas, and tell yourself, I'm going to draw something that makes sense to me. Like, for example, a vision tree. Draw your vision tree in an empty canvas by yourself. You will see how that evolves and how it creates branches that you never thought before. And then sit with a coach. Bring that tree to a coach, especially the Vino and Vision coaches, as they've been trained on this. So sit with the coach, discuss your tree, and see how many more things there to find that you have not found before. And then you will see your tree change. Then you will see branches that were not there before. And then you create a life based on that tree. And that's a sustainable tree.
Well, it's interesting when the thinking mind gets involved and the creative mind is on its own. Because I know that I did a vision tree with you, and it was very intricate and very complicated, the way some people say that I can be. And then after, and it meant something to me having gone through the coaching process with you. But afterwards, my thinking mind saw many other trees. And I said, oh, if I do that again, next time I'm going to have more roots, or next time it's going to do this or do that. But again, my thinking mind is getting involved instead of my creative mind just being alone.
Yes. Well, the question here is that the thinking mind you are talking about is the logical mind you are talking about, is a conscious level mind, I call it. Okay, a conscious level mind is a logical mind that try to make sense of everything, right? And how they do that. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. It makes sense. It perfectly makes sense. It's logic. There is no other number I can put 1 plus 1 equal to 2. That's logic. Logic telling you that, right?
Right?
And you can break that logic. And how you break that is with creative mind, which is the innovative mind. So for example, at one point we thought the world is flat. You can walk and at the end you will fall off. And that was a historical proof there. But what happened? We discovered through finding other things that no, world is not flat, it's round. And then we find out it's not round, it looks like an apple. It has a bend in both sides. So is the discovery and the truth, you can see the difference between logic and then discovery, the innovation side of it that proves the logic wrong. And even scientists like, the theory of gravity. What goes up must come down. That's what we all believe. That's the logic tells us, right? You throw something, it drops. But when you go to the space, it don't drop anymore. It bounces in some places, or it floats. So what happened to the theory of gravity changes. And I'm not talking about Newton's theory of gravity. Is the rule of our mind changes with the state that we are in. So for example, if you're in art, you will think gravity is what goes up must go down. If you go to the moon, it changes. If you go beyond, you will see different things. And then you will say, oh, I've been to the mountaintop and now I can see the other side of the mountain. And there's a vast ocean there, right?
Well, it's an interesting point you bring up because the logical brain is what we operate in every day. So to your point of the state of mind, when you become into the creative process, I'm curious, is that where the vino comes into the vision? Because because how do you, when somebody walks into the classroom, how do you take them from that logical state of mind into that creative state where they start to open up? Vino can do that.
I consider this vino as well. Any liquid, and it don't have to be alcoholic liquid, right? The main concept about vino is changing the mind. It's not about the alcohol. It's about mind in a more fun kind of way. So fun kind of way, the creative kind of way, where vision works in I would say in collaboration, in harmony with vino. Vino and vision combines, it makes it feel like you are having fun doing what you love to do. So in logical mind, sets limit for you to think in a box. Creative mind breaks the box and there's unlimited potential. So if you have, Tony, unlimited potential and you are staying in the box, you are staying in your logical mind. To get out of the box, you have to tap into your creative mind and combine it together. Logic have to be combined with your creative side. If you combine them, that's where you find your sweet spot. Some people will find it much further than others, but your sweet spot have to be combined with those so you can be who you are and who your potential to be.
So taking it outside of the classroom, when you're sitting with a coachee and you as the coach, how do you take them out of their logical mind and open them up to their creative sense so that they can start to see themselves?
Well, here I will give you an example. So when we discussing about somebody signing up for coaching, right? In their logical mind, it will say, I don't need it. I can handle it myself, right? I don't need coaching. That's called logical mind saying that, because we all are master of our own destiny. So our mind saying, hey, you can do it. Why you need somebody else? Why you need external, right? So the coaching is to open your mind to the untapped potential that you cannot do it by yourself. It's not doable. It's not possible. It's have to be done from external. And if external is not there, then you are internal. So you have to get out of that box of thinking, I can do it myself, where else you go to the external and your external help. So for example, I will give you a simple logical example. The logical example is, Tony, I want you to build a tower, cell phone tower. What would be Tony's answer?
I've never done that before.
Okay, I'll give you all the instrument needed to build the cell phone tower. What you will do?
I don't know that it'll work because I don't know how to construct it.
Exactly. So if you say in your mind, I can do everything in that I want to do by myself, I just destroyed that logic from you by saying build a cell phone tower. I'll give you all the
Well,
instruments.
first thing I would do is start with a YouTube video.
And we all tried that, right? So there is much more things to be done. So for example, Elon Musk traveling to space. If we ask him to build a space shuttle, do you think he can do that?
Elon Musk did it.
Right. You need people to help you to build the shuttle because some other
You
people.
need to have a team. Yeah.
You need to have a team. You need to have external help to fix, not fix, but to enhance your internal. And when somebody say that, and we practice a lot of mindfulness meditation and mindfulness items, music and other things in our Vino and Vision to grow your mind to a level saying that no, external don't control you, internal don't control you. You don't just go out there and feel like, oh, this just came to me, I need to do that. No. You need to balance it, internal and external, to a level that your creative mind and your logical mind works together. It's a balanced approach. If you just go out there and somebody say, okay, jump up that building and you can fly, and your mind say, oh, it just came to me, I'm going to do that. So that's not the way to do it. Your logical mind have to come into play and say, hold on, Tony, for a second. You cannot jump up that building because you're going to die. Well, maybe you can do it with a parachute. So just imagine that. So not just nature coming to us or our thought process suddenly evolving because we felt something. Our logical mind have to be injected there as well to make sense of it. So,
or in the case that you just created, who was the first man who thought about jumping off that building in a winged suit?
yes, yes. So just think about this. Logic and creativity have to combine to make it a balanced approach. Without a balanced approach, nothing works. That's why we come back and we say, oh, that was my mistake. We did that totally wrong. Or, that's why we stop and say, okay, what do we do next? Because that did not work. Logical mind have to come into play with the creative mind. And if they combine together, they will make sense of it, saying, okay, Milu, you made a mistake, but let's fix it. This is how you fix it. Moving forward. So that is fascinating area of mind, as you can tell by talking to me, Tony. Dream is a fascinating area of coaching. Not everybody is capable of doing it. The people who have perfected it are the best coaches. And I do not claim that myself, but I try to work on that area to find the best of the best and work with them as well, because that's an untapped area. And if you can explore that untapped area of your mind, you can reach anything and everything that you want in your life. And that have to be done with the help of a coach. You cannot do it by yourself. It's not possible. I have tried it. It don't work.
So I don't have my clock with me, but I'm sure we're getting toward the end of our program here. But you make me want to ask the question, does the coach have a coach?
Of course, many. It's not one coach, you have many, not only the ones that you pay, but also the ones that you listen to, and you continue to grow by learning. Continue to grow by learning. So, there is many good coaches around the world that are doing their service to the community, to the humanity and whatnot, enhancing the potential of each and every human being. And I believe, and that's the mission of Vino and Vision as well, to create a better world through creativity and positive change. And I believe that if we can do that one person at a time, this world will be much, much, much better place than it is today. And innovation and creativity and living together, combining our mind with the concept of we can achieve that. It's doable. We just have to focus on it.
I think during the recent times that we've been through, I think we realize the world is a lot smaller, and it is one large group of we that we need to work on. So I think your philosophy is very sound, one person at a time. That's all you can do.
And that person starts with you, right? It starts with me. If we can do that, each and every one of us, this world will be a much better place for each and every one of us. Not only now, it's beyond, it's in the future, and all of us. We just have to focus on doing that, do the right thing for people, and do it for yourself. And you will see how creativity and logic come together, create a better human environment.
So if this conversation has intrigued anybody to want to take the next steps, go to vinoandvisionglobal.com, investigate, dip your toe in the water, see what it's about. The dream class of painting is coming up. I think it's May 12th. And I think I'm ready to dream. I think I will participate.
Very well. Ready to dream, start dreaming and start breaking that box that is stopping you from tapping into your potential, because your logic keeping you inside. Get out of it, break that box, combine logic and creativity together. You will see where you go and where you take yourself.
Excellent. Well, this has been a very interesting conversation as always. And I appreciate you in my life. And I hope to see you again. Are we meeting again this month, or will we begin next month?
Yes, we'll meet again this month, and then we will discuss that as well.
Okay, so we'll meet you on the third Tuesday of the month.
Fantastic. We'll see you then, Tony. Take care.
You too. Bye now.